Hallo zusammen! Long time no see in terms of talking about German sayings, proverbs and idioms on this channel, I know, but here I am, back in the game, and today I'm gonna talk about a new one, which is, wer andern eine Grube gräbt, fällt selbst hinein. The meaning. I don't know about you, but when I read or hear this somewhere, when someone says, wer anderen eine Grube gräbt, fällt selbst hinein, I immediately have to imagine that situation. Someone trapped in a hole they themselves have dug for someone else before. Well, too bad. Linguistically speaking, this fixed expression features an example of an ellipsis, meaning a word is missing. In this case, the missing term is der. The article der in the second half of the phrase. It's semantically implied, so Germans will understand this phrase anyway. If it were included, it would basically work as a direct answer term to the initial wer. Wer fällt in eine Grube? Der or derjenige, der sie gegraben hat. Who falls into a pit? The one who dug it. I guess well deserved? Maybe? Also, you may have noticed a sonic and written similarity in the terms Grube gräbt. They share the same initial letters, and indeed they are related. It's die Grube, singular, die Gruben, plural, the pit. That's the noun, and the verb is graben, to dig a pit. And both start in the letter G, the G in German. This phrase gets used when someone who meant ill will or wanted to harm another person willingly experiences the bad consequences of their deed themselves. Their own action and plan has turned against them, basically. And to some degree, I do like that idea. It's only fair. Es ist nur fair. Since it's quite a long phrase, Germans wouldn't use it in spoken German all too much these days, but in respective contexts it may still get used in written form. I guess a shorter, more common and more modern way of referring to a situation like this would be saying, das ist Karma. That's karma. Duh. The origin. You might have guessed it already because, its sound and the way it's written and expressed sort of reminds of a well-known book pretty much everyone has heard of, I guess, and the phrasing definitely gives it away. In fact, it's a biblical phrase that reoccurs in a few spots. The main spot is Ecclesiastes 10:8, Prediger 10:8. Aber wer anderen eine Grube macht, der wird selbst hineinfallen und wer den Zaun zerreißt, den wird eine Schlange stechen. How does a snake sting? I mean, it can bite, I get that, but yeah, I don't know. Let's just call Sting and ask him. Maybe he knows more. Yeah, hi, Sting. How are you doing? I don't want to bother you all that long, but I really have an important question. Maybe you can answer that because, it's just, yeah. Can a snake sting? I know it can bite, but can... Thanks, Sting. In German, it rather had to be wird eine Schlange beißen, I'd say, because to bite is beißen and not stechen. Hence my confusion, but okay. Another example would be Psalm 35:7 that goes, denn ohne Grund haben sie mir ihr Netz gestellt. Ohne Grund. Mir eine Grube gegraben. They didn't have any reason, no. Hope you learned something new about this German saying because I sure did enjoy making this video as well. And I also learned something, and that's the cool thing about these types of videos, is both sides, we both learned something about this. And, that's a win-win situation for everyone, and I enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed the video as well. If so, feel free to let me know by leaving a like, by sharing it with others, and also maybe by commenting. Have you ever used this phrase in any situation, for instance? And what is that phrase like in your country and your language? Also make sure to check out the video description with many interesting links to my socials and support options, including Patreon and, for instance, becoming a channel member, because that's new. So if you want to consider that, thanks a whole lot, it really helps the channel. And also, while we're at it, thanks for watching. I'm your Vlog Dave, tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.